Hello, I'm Vivian and I'm going to be taking you through some mobility and some stretching today. This will help with reducing your sedentary behaviour, whether you're working from home or you're still in the office, and also help to ease off any tight muscles that you might have found from being in that one position for a long period of time. So what I need you to do is to either make sure you've got plenty of room round about you, or if you can, move your chair away from a desk into a space. A chair that is not on wheels is far better, but if that's all you've got, then do be very careful when you're doing these activities, whether you're moving around your chair or standing up from it. If you're doing these activities seated, then I'd like you to be able to sit down with your lower back pressed into the chair if you can, but really important to have your feet about hip width apart and flat onto the floor. If you're able to stand during these activities, then just getting out of your chair carefully, just move yourself to the front portion of your chair, draw your heels underneath your knees, gently squeeze your leg muscles and push to standing. And then you're going to stand with your feet about hip width apart. Now do remember, you're in charge of your own body, so only do things that feel comfortable for you. And just keep breathing in and out and do as many as you feel able to do as well. It's all up to you. I'm just going to move this chair slightly out of the way so that I can show you the standing version. But again, anything that we do standing, you can do seated as well. So again, just think about that posture, whether you're standing or whether you're seated. You want to pull your belly button in, relax your shoulders back and down, and have your feet about hip width apart. So to do these activities, what I'm going to ask you to do first of all is just to do a little bit of mobility to warm ourselves up. So first of all, can I ask you to just have your hands by your sides, lift your shoulders gently towards your ears, and then release back down again. Again, you're thinking about your posture whilst you do this, so keep up nice and tall. Try and keep your chin parallel to the floor whilst you do these activities. And let's do another couple. Just gently lift the shoulders and release them down, and do the same again. Lift the shoulders and then release them down. Now we're going to roll the shoulders backwards. So what I want you to do is just gently make a little circular motion with the shoulders, and then start to bring the arms into it as well. So you're bringing the elbows into, just a little lift of the elbows. And then the higher and bigger you can make this movement, the greater the mobility gained around the shoulder area. Stand with your knees slightly bent so there's no tension in the backs of the knees. And again, obviously if you're seated, just make sure it's comfortable and that you're not hitting off any arm rests as you move your arms around the way. Okay, now what I'm going to ask you to do is just to do a little bit of work for your ankles as well, so we keep everything balanced. And all I want you to do is just lift your heels off the ground, so lifting onto your toes. Again, if you're seated, just lift the heels off the ground. And then if it feels okay, just do a little walk on the spot, just so that we are raising the temperature a little bit more to make these muscles a little bit more pliable. If you're seated, you're just marching in your chair. If it feels okay, add the arms in now, so that we start to get the whole body moving. And all those joints will start to ease off as well. So we're just going to do a little bit of marching just for another minute or so, and then we're ready to do a little bit of stretching out. Now when you're stretching, it's just as far as feels comfortable for you. A feeling of stretch shouldn't be a painful feeling. Okay, so for our first stretch, I'm going to ask you to have your feet back on the floor, relax the shoulders, pull in your belly button, stay up nice and tall and keep your chin parallel to the floor. Take your arms out to the side as wide as you can, depending on how much space you've got, and then just gently pull them in towards one another, and then just give yourself a little bit of a hug. And you'll start to feel a little bit of a stretch across the shoulders into the back. Now we hold our stretches for about 10 seconds. So in that time, just keep your normal breathing pattern if you can. Excellent, and then just slowly release that down. And now we're going to stretch off the opposing muscle group, which is the chest muscles. So we're just going to open the arms again, turn your palms backwards, and then just a little press backwards with the hands. Not particularly far, just enough to open up your chest. Hold it nice and still, and again, just breathing. Excellent, bring the arms down. Now these neck muscles can often feel a little bit tense, so to do this activity, all you need to do is just gently tilt your ear towards your shoulder. And when you feel the stretch, just hold. Again, we're just breathing in and out to keep it relaxing. And these are static stretches, so once we're in position, we just keep that position and don't move again. Slowly lift the head up, excellent, and pop it to the other side. And lift back up again. Let's do that one again, and this time pop it over to the side. Now if you need a little bit more pressure, all you need to do is just pop one hand just onto the side of your head, and that's just enough weight for you to increase the stretch in the neck. You shouldn't be pulling, it's just placing the hand. And release it down, and last time, over we go. So we've got that nice stretch in the neck, but if you feel you need a little bit more stretch, just a little bit of weight on your head, and that'll increase that feeling of stretch. And release down from there, and center yourself again. Okay, we're going to stretch through the shoulders this time. So all I need you to do is pop your hand across your body. Now you probably feel the stretch here already, and that's good. Just hold it. But again, if you need a little bit more stretch, because we've all got different flexibility levels, pop your hand onto the fleshy bit just to apply a little bit of pressure to pull the arm a little bit closer to your chest. Now remember, we're still keeping that belly button pulled in, breathing as normal. Release the pressure and relax it down, and do the same thing to the other side. It comes across your body into your chest. If you need a little bit more pressure, just onto the fleshy part and let it come in a little bit closer to your chest. And you can feel that stretch round the shoulder into the back. Excellent. And release it down from there. Now we're going to do a little bit of a stretch for the back of the upper arm. Often if you've been holding a position where you've maybe been doing a lot of typing, that muscle will feel a little bit tight. So all I want you to do, just pop your hand onto your shoulder, lift the elbow up as high as it'll go for you. The closer you can get it to your ear, the better. And then you'll get a little bit of a stretch down through the side as well. But again, if you want to apply a bit more pressure onto the fleshy part, and just lift the elbow up as high as it'll go. The important part for this one is you try to keep your neck in the same position, you're relaxed. Excellent, just release that pressure, but if you can now just stretch that hand above your head and then let it come down by your side and relax it from there. Same thing to the other side now. So hand goes onto your shoulder, you lift your elbow as high as it'll go for you, comfortably. You want it to be fairly close to your ear and relax the neck, but if you want apply a bit more pressure, just gently on the fleshy part till the elbow comes up a little bit higher. Make sure those knees are relaxed. Release the pressure and then just let the hands reach up as high as it'll go. We've got that stretch feeling down the side as well then. And then gently release it back and down. Excellent. Lower backs can sometimes be a little bit of a pressure point. So we want to have a little bit of a stretch for your lower back. For this one, you want to have feet a bit hip width apart. Again, when you're seated, it's the same activity. And all I want you to do is just pop your hands out in front of yourself. So there's a big gap in here, almost as if you're hugging a beach ball. Keep your elbows relaxed. Now you want to pull your belly button in as far as it'll go and try and curve round that beach ball. And then just hold and breathing in and out. And then slowly release and pull yourself back up to nice and tall. Excellent. A little bit of a stretch again for the muscles around the side of the torso as well. These all help with us sitting up nice and tall. Feet are about hip width apart. If you're in your chair, just very carefully reach to the side. All you want to do is just a little bend to the side. So for this one, imagine you're stuck between two panes of glass. You're in the middle. You can only reach to the side. And lift back up again, slowly. Again, it's your breathing pattern that feels good for you. Breathing in and out. A little tilt to the side. And then slowly bring it back up from there. Excellent. Now all I want you to do is to take your hand and just lift it up as high as it'll go, and then a little tilt over. Now you can support this one by pressing onto your hip or onto your hand or onto your thigh. And again, it's these muscles right the way down the side of the body we're working this time. And release it down And same thing to the other side. Take the hand all the way up, breathing in and out, and a little stretch across. Doing really well here. And bring it back down. And our last stretch for today is a full body stretch. Whether you're sitting down or whether you're standing up, what I want you to do is to take a breath in and reach all the way up as high as you can from the torso up the way, pushing the hands up, breathing out, bring it down to the side and exhale. So try it again. Breathe in, reach all the way up, breathe out, and bring the hands down by your side. And one last time. Getting the energy levels back up, press it from here, and relax from there. Well done everyone, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon.